Hey gang, how y'all doing? Yep, it's me with what I guess people have been telling me is called wisdom from the dog park. I don't know about that, but on a beautiful day like today, another bright sunshiny day, I'm enjoying myself getting outside. It's been a full day, got a chance to do some bike riding. Can't beat the weather for that. And now giving the dogs a chance to exercise. Probably not going to do as much walking this time with them as I've done in the past because my legs are kind of tired. Anyway, hope you don't mind me bouncing around. We need to get a selfie stick. That might help. Remember yesterday we talked about the cross? Well, let me put this cross over my shoulder for a minute so we can see it again. And remembering, oh, there it is, that no matter where you are, the Lord is with you and in all that you do. But in this whole new scenario of social distancing during our coronavirus battle, please remember that does not mean isolation. It does not mean if you're physically able to, that you can't get outside and enjoy this beautiful world that the Lord has created for us. But it also means that it's time for you to start being a little bit creative. Maybe be getting more retro. I've got family, of course, all over the place. One of my children lives here in Kentucky. Another one of my kids lives in Tennessee. And of course, we love to play games. If you've seen any of my Facebook postings, if you're friends of mine, whenever my daughter and her husband come to town, and we all get together, we go to breakout rooms, we go to axe throwing, and a whole bunch of different things, just because we enjoy, each other's company. But now, as we're trying to be respectful and trying to make sure that none of us who may, have either contracted the virus unwittingly or whatever, don't infect anybody else, we decided we're going to do something a little different. Because we still want our family game times together. We still enjoy interacting with each other. And you know what? It's a perfect time for all of you to figure out how you can do a better job at interacting with each other. We're going to go back to our family game night. Not just my daughter and her husband and my son and his girlfriend, but we're going to be inviting folks from all over. I've got a nephew in Dayton, my sister in Pittsburgh, my brother in North Carolina, cousins back in New York and in Chicago. What a wonderful thing this technology means, that we can connect online with each other and have family game nights. And there are great online games. We're going to be playing one game called You Don't Know Jack, which is a quiz show. But you know what? We're all going to get a chance to see each other, interact with each other, and have fun with each other. Sorry, gang, I had to take a little break there because the dogs did a potty break. And there's a sign here in the park that says, there is no poop fairy. Clean up after your dogs. So that's what I had to do. But getting back to the whole idea of how do you get out of the social isolation? Well, you know what? Why not have these family game nights, even if you are in different parts of the country? And invite friends who might be alone. I have a number of people here in Lexington who I know don't have family close by, don't have friends to interact with. So I'm going to invite them to join in our family game night. That's the great thing I keep telling you about what God has allowed us to have technologically wise, that we do not have to isolate. We do not have to, even if we are alone, we don't have to be alone. Remember I said before, you're never alone when you're with Christ, because he promises to never leave you or forsake you. But now, what are you doing to stretch out your hand to help others not feel a sense of loneliness? I know too many people, unfortunately, who don't have those connections. I mean, luckily for me, I'm blessed to have different groups of guys and ladies, but primarily my men's groups that I reach out to. Every morning at 6 o'clock, at least a half dozen of us get together online to have morning prayer. Sorry, I had to take a break again for the other dog to go to the bathroom. Anyway, I left off by saying that, we have a regular steady prayer meeting every morning, 7 days a week now, 6 a.m., which is time for us to be able to lift up each other, lift up prayer concerns, and support one another. The point I'm trying to make, and I keep making, is that remember, you can always be a friend to somebody. You can always help somebody. Even if you're feeling alone by yourself, don't choose to stay alone. Choose to reach out. I know that, as I said before, I've got friends who are isolated, who don't have a close family relationship, who don't have the support of their kids, who don't have a chance to even dream about having online family game nights. We enjoy it. We look forward to it. And it brings us back to when my kids were younger and we'd have those regular game nights. And now we're doing it again. Except now that they're older, they're a lot more competitive. And again, the great thing about technology is that you don't have to worry about if you don't have a particular gaming station. You don't need a Nintendo. You don't need a Sony PlayStation. You need an Xbox. There are plenty of free online games. We can have multiple players from all over the country. So here's the question I have for you. What's stopping you from inviting your neighbor or a friend across town or a friend across the country or even a friend on the other side of the world from saying, hey, you know what? Let's play a game together. Let's have some fun together. Let's get a group of people together. And now I do admit I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I'm quite sure there are probably team games out there that you guys can team up together. And maybe you don't have 3 or 4 of you on one side and 3 or 4 of you on the other. And with things like Zoom and other apps, you guys be able to see each other and have fun. Social isolation is not what we're calling for. We're calling for connection. God made us for connection. But now you have to take the step to make that connection. Oh, there's Roxy. At least that's her. There's her butt. Oh, there she is. Hey, Roxy. What you doing, Roxy? And there's Pappy right next to her. You got to have the arbitrary shot of the dogs. They gotta prove that they're still with me. I'm looking forward to our game nights. I'm looking forward to turning our new reality into something that doesn't mean that we are stuck in a desperate situation of being either at home alone, or maybe you're just at home with a bunch of people that after a while you realize you can't stand. Be creative. Don't let this challenge of coronavirus mean that you are no longer in touch with people. Life is a little bit more than just waiting for our online Sunday service. Life is a little bit more than just maybe an occasional Facebook post or a quick text. Life is fun and interactive. So what are you going to do to make it interactive for yourself? I'm not saying that it's not important for us to not be in contact with the Lord through our time of worship, but don't wait for Sunday to sit in front of your computer or your TV screen, watch a service, and then go back to whatever during the rest of the week. Be creative. Again, reach out. One of my friends I know who I've invited to our game night, I'm sorry, I put my finger in the way, has an elderly friend who's not necessarily very computer savvy. So he said he's going to go over and try to hook her up so that she can, play games with us. And that will be great. And that's the thing, guys. You can be a blessing to somebody else who may not necessarily have family or friends who they can quickly latch onto for these things. Not going to hit you with a lot of scripture today. Not going to bombard you with, some type of deep meaning. No. What I'm going to tell you is that now is the time for you to rise up and be the church for somebody else. And what I mean by be the church, I'm not saying I mean that you've got to, deliver a sermon for them or give them communion, but show them what the love of God is by going a little bit outside of what you would normally do. Can you be in communion with your neighbors? Hopefully using your socially distant skills, but that's true communion. It's not water or wine, but it's connection with each other. So I had to take one last break. I had to get Roxy to stop rolling around in the dirt. Oh, she's a crazy little girl. Here's the bottom line. Yeah, it's great. You can, if you want to just sit around and binge watch stuff on Netflix or catch up on something, those are wonderful things. Maybe you want to have a binge watching party. That's cool too. But, as I said at the beginning, we're all made for connection. What are you doing to connect? I know for me, this has been a great time to connect with people I haven't connected with in a long time. Yes, we were Facebook friends, but now I've actually reached out to them. We've had online chats. And I've even had a couple of people who I've been, let's say, at odds with over these years. Roxy, stop. Oh my God, that dog is crazy. Who I've been at odds with over these last couple of years, as I was saying, who I've taken time to reach out to. And we've mended fences. And I've even invited a couple of them to join us in what I'm calling family game night, even though it's not just all family. This is the time where we have to do something different than just what we've always done. It's time we have to push ourselves. It's time we have to say, you know what? The old definition of insanity is true. Doing the same thing that we've done over and over again, expecting something different, a different result, is insanity, and that it is. And with a couple of people who I've been able to mend fences with, it has been such a blessing for me. And it is so nice and so wonderful. So, the bottom line is, figure out a family game night with friends and family who are scattered around. Look for people in your community that you can invite in, who you know might be alone, who you know might be hurting, who you know might be feeling left out because they don't have a close connection with different people. And bring them into your community. That's where the church is. The church is a body of community. Believers, we like to say, but it's still a community of people who are reaching out and supporting one another. I know you can do it, so keep it up. It's been great talking to you. Peace, love, and soul.